In this video, we're going to look at percent increase or percent decrease. We're going to start with a couple review problems, maybe worded a little bit differently than what we've seen last week, but let's read through it. A punch bowl has a mixture of lemon lime soda and orange juice. There are 50 ounces of mixture in the bowl. 60% of the mixture is lemon lime soda. How many ounces of lemon lime soda are in the mixture? So we can use the formula is over of equals percent over 100 again. The punch bowl has lemon, lime, and orange juice. There are 50 ounces in the bowl. So there are a total of 50 ounces in the bowl. Then it says 60% is lemon, lime soda. So the percent is 60 over 100. How many ounces are lemon, lime soda? So we can set it up like that. The 60 goes in the percent spot and the 50 is the total of amount. Now I know that 50 times 2 is 100, so x times 2 has to equal 60. So what number times 2 equals 60? And then that would be 30. 30 times 2 equals 60. So there are 30 ounces of lemon lime soda. Con feeds his dog a mixture of wet and dry food. In a 5-pound mixture, 20% of the food is wet. How much wet food does he feed him? This is the same formula again. There's a total of 5 pounds, so in the denominator 5, and then it's percent over 100, and there was 20% of the food was wet. So we're looking for how much of it was wet food then. You could solve this a couple different ways, but I do know, or we've done this way before, 5 times 20 is 100. So then x times 20 would have to equal 20. So x times 20 equals 20 means that x has to equal 1, since 1 times 20 is 20. So that means that how many pounds of wet food? It would be 1 pound of wet food. So those are kind of taking what we learned last week and applying it to some more word problems. Okay, we're going to solve a few more percent problems. First example, a hat cost $25. The sales tax on the hat was $1. What percent is the sales tax? So in North Dakota, you pay 7.5% sales tax. That's just a fun fact for you on almost everything except for food. So this one, the hat costs $25. So that is our of, and $1 is our is. That's our part over our whole. I want to figure out the percent, and then it's over 100. So I want to know $1 is what percent of 25. So you can solve this using the horizontal method. Since 25 times 4 equals 100, 1 times 4 gives us our answer. It means x would equal 4. So that's in the percent spot. So the sales tax is 4% sales tax on this item. So it must be in a different state. Example 2. My teacher told me to read 25% of the 100-page book tonight. How many pages should I read? So your teacher told you to read 25%. So it's is over of, percent over 100. So the 25% goes above the 100. 25% out of 100. Of the 100-page book, so it's a 100-page book, how many pages should you read? So since they're both 100 on the bottom, it's 100 times 1 is 100. So x times 1 has to be 25, which means I want you to read 25 pages. So 25 times 1 would equal 25. So 25% of 100 is 25 pages. I made 35 out of 50 shots in practice last night. What percent of shots did I make? So if you made 35 of 50 shots, then what percent out of 100 did you make? So you're solving for the percent in this one. From 50, we can multiply 50 times 2. So then you can take 35 times 2. And 35 times 2 would be 70. So you made 70% of the shots, which is a great percent in basketball or even hockey. All right, we're going to look at some percent increase and some percent decrease problems. We're going to apply the same formula. The membership of the Film Club increased from 24 to 30. Find the percent of increase. So how much did it increase? So it went up by 6 people. So what was my percent? So the first thing we're going to do is so first it was an increase of 6 members. So I want to know, what is 6 members out of 30? What percent is that? So 6 members out of 30 members is what percent out of 100? So that will tell me how much it increased by. So I know we could divide here by 5. 30 divided by 5 equals 6. So 100 divided by 5 equals 20. It was a 20% increase. I think I actually did this problem wrong. I think I was supposed to use the 24 because it was 6 member increase out of 24 original members. Sorry about that, guys. We went from 24 and it increased to 30. So I want to know what the increase from the percent increase of 24 members to 6. So I can solve it the same way though. We are going to divide 24 divided by 4 would give me 6. So then 100 divided by 4 would give me 25. So it's actually a 25% increase. I was thinking is over of. Another one we see is always the change over the original amount equals the percent over 100. So change over original equals percent over 100. So let's try another one. During a thunderstorm, the outdoor temperature went from 88 to 77. Find the percent decrease. So first thing we need to do is find the amount that the temperature dropped. So we were at 88 degrees and now we're at 77 degrees. If I want to find the difference, I can subtract 88 minus 77. So that would equal 11. My change was 11 degrees. So 11 degrees is what percent of the original temperature, which was 88, equals what percent over 100? We can use division again to solve this one. We could divide 88 divided by 8 would equal 11. So if we did 100 divided by 8, we would get our answer for the percent increase. So 100 divided by 8, you could use a calculator, but 8 goes into 10 one time. We can subtract 8, get 2, bring down the 0. 8 goes into 20 2 times, that's 16. Subtract, you get 4. We're going to have to add a decimal and bring down another 0. 8 goes into 40 5 times, That's 40, 0. So it would be 12.5%. And this was the temperature went down. So this was 12.5% decrease in temperature. The price of share of stock went from 30 to 27. What was the percent of decrease? So the price went down, so it was a decrease. So the first thing you solve for is how much it changed. So the change would be it went from 30 to 27. So subtract the 2 to find the difference. 30 minus 27, you can borrow from the 3 to make that a 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. So 30 minus 27 is 3. So it was 3 out of the original of 30 would be what percent out of 100? So the change over the original amount, what percent out of 100? Okay, it looks like I could divide again, or you could reduce this and then use the horizontal strategy. Since 3 and 30 are both divisible by 3, like 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 times 10 is 30, so you could reduce it to 1/10. So 1/10 equals x over 100, and then you can finish solving. 10 times 10 is 100, so 1 times 10 would be 10, and that would be our percent. So our answer here would be a 10% decrease. So in finding percent decreases or increases, I would stick to thinking about it's the change in the amounts over the original amount, and that equals percent over 100. So let's do one more. The enrollment decreased from 200 to 148. What was the percent decrease? So find the change. So 200 minus 148. So we're going to have to borrow from the 2 to make this a 10, and then borrow again to make this a 10 and that a 9. Then 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 4 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. So 52 is the change. Then we're going to want to set it up as change over original, and that would equal the percent over 100. So the change is 52. The original amount was 200 members. What percent was that out of 100? Since 200 can be divided by 2 to give me 100, you can take 52 and divide it by 2 as well to get your percent. So 52 divided by 2, 2 goes into 5 2 times, 4. Bring down the 2. 2 goes into 12 6 times. That would be 12. It'd be 26% decrease. All right, go ahead and try a few on your own. This one's looking for the percent increase. So you find the change between 32 and 40 degrees, but you use the 32 as your original temperature. And then for these ones, I want to know the percent decrease in test scores. Which one had the smallest percent decrease? So you'll have to find each student's percent decrease from week 1 to week 2. So start by finding the change in each student's score, and then use week 1 as the original and use the change. So subtract them to find the change. So like Jasmine went from 90, then her score was 81, so hers changed by 9. And you can use the is over of as percent over 100, or change over original is percent over 100. All right, remember you can always ask for help when you get back to class, or when I see you again, or on office hours on Wednesday.